Hello everyone, this is Ben Proco with the Dirt in Your Shoe Duathlon and Adventure Race. I'm going to go over kind of what this weekend's going to entail and give you some tips and hopefully help you out to make everything enjoyable and flow really smoothly. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, parking right here is the ranch entrance. I'll probably try to put some signs there, something to mark that, so it just makes it easier for you to see. It's just a little bit after if you're coming kind of from the Waller side when you pass by Camp Allen, so be on the lookout there for it. There's also a cell tower right over here. That's kind of what I use when I'm driving in to find it because I have gone by it. But the good thing is with race parking starting at 7, it'll be getting light at that time, so you should be able to see everything pretty easily. Then you simply come in and we'll have someone to help you get parked over here. And we're not going to have any cars past this point. This is part of the bike course going around the parking lot, and you'll see here in a second. And then this takes you to transition. The only exception is for adventure racers who are bringing their own boat. We'll have that in a little bit in an email later, but you're going to go ahead and come all the way up and drive to the boat ramp to drop off your canoe or kayak or whatever, and then you're going to come back here and park. So if you are with the adventure race and you have your own boat, I'd recommend getting there at least by 7:30, so you have time to drop that off and then come back here. Race schedule. All right, Friday we'll have our packet pickup at the Trek store, which used to be Bike Barn, and that's going to be from noon to 5:50. Please have your driver's license or ID available, and everyone's already done their online USA Triathlon membership from that side. Saturday, and this is the same pretty much for Sunday. Parking starts at 7. If you're a little bit newer, be there close to 7. No need to be there before 7. You really have plenty of time. And we might not have someone out there. It'll be blocked off, but it just makes it easier for all of us. Just plan to be there 7. I say you'll have plenty of time. You have an hour and a half till the race starts, and we really don't have many backups when we're doing this. We have quite a few doing race day packet pickup, which is fine, but we can usually get that going pretty quick. In the adventure race, that's no problem as well. So just keep that in mind. The schedule, really don't get there at 6:30. That's just, some people are pulling in that early. Just there's no need to be there that early. And again, the schedule is pretty much the same, but all races are starting at 8:30. Whether you're the adventure race on Saturday or duathlon on Sunday, other than our tri-team / club sprint relay. That'll start a little bit later. I'll start after everything gets going, and more on that a little bit later. Also, Duathlon Awards. We'll have those at roughly 11. The adventure race will be probably around 10:30 or 11, depending on how we go with that. Just remember, if you are going for those world slots, that's going to be done through USA Triathlon after the race. After we've done the results, that's not going to happen at the race site. So don't worry about anything along with those lines. All right, where is everything? So you've come up that hill, and then you get a nice it tees off. You have a gorgeous view of the lake, and then you're going to take a left, and you'll see transition. Our race day packet pickup will be right around here. A lot of things will be happening right here near the bike in and out. If you're doing race day packet pickup, we usually try to have your packets actually put on the rack for you. Transition racking is going to be done in a number range, and it's actually like only 4 per rack. So it'll say like 1 through 4 or 5 through 8, and then just within that rack you can choose where you put your bike. So plenty of space, about twice as much or even more than what you'd have at many other races. So since we are a little bit smaller setting, we want to give you plenty of room to spread out. I drew up the new bike, what that's going to look like. Last year we did a U-turn coming in here to start your second lap here. We're going to be coming in and you're going to either make a left turn through here to start your second lap, or after you've done 2 full laps, you'll come in this way. Make sure you get off your bike before the mount and dismount line. And again, remember the bike is 2 laps. The race will start here. This is a boat ramp. Race will start for both races right around here. And again, first run comes in this side of transition. When you've on your second run, you don't go back around in transition. You just come over here to the finish. So again, and all these maps are online, so you can look at them, and we'll have them out there as well. Just familiarize yourself with them. We have someone here to help remind you, but there's just a few key spots that are always nice to have in mind, and then just take a look when you're in here after you've got ready. Just take a look at these things. Here's a little bit farther zoom out of everything. So this is where you'll see the bike course. We had the 2-way traffic here, which it's huge in this area, but then right here it got a little bit tighter. So we're sending this year, we're sending them around this side of the house, and it should give you a little bit more room. And again, you can see the run course comes along this way. First run, come around here to the back side of transition. Second run, come up this way. Here's that bike course. If you want a little bit more detail on the bike course, I have a whole nother video dedicated to that. So you can check that out. I believe that's on our frequently asked questions, or even the course page. You can check out the link for that. And that'll kind of go through it. I spent about 15 minutes covering everything about the bike course that might help you race it before you get out there. And then this is just another heat map of it, just to give an idea of the speeds. This is when I did the course, and give you an idea how fast I could bike in certain sections versus others. It gives you an idea if it's technical or uphill, and then we have a little elevation thing at the bottom for you. All right, even though I cover this in the other one, this is worth covering for everyone else. Off-road bike rules and etiquette. There's no drafting rule. So you can actually draft in off-road racing. The thing is, there's really not a ton of opportunities for it, and it's not always sometimes the safest thing. It really is a situational thing. Like if you got a wide open spot and maybe you have a headwind, it can help you to get behind someone. But other than that, I say there is no drafting rule. So if someone is on your wheel, they can technically be there. Again, I haven't really seen issues with this, but it's just something to be aware of if that does happen. But there is no drafting rule on this. And the other big one is you can pass on either side. So it's not just a passing on the left thing, because the person in front is going to be looking for the best line to take for them. And if you're passing, the best thing you can do is let them know you're there, because sometimes you're off-road, you can't hear some things sometimes happening around. Let them know, hey, can I, passing on the right, passing on the left. Just let them know what side, passing on the inside, passing on the outside, or sometimes, hey, can I pass when you have a chance? Those kind of things will really help out, because there are some spots, there's not many on here, and again, it's on the other video, that are a little bit tighter. There's not a ton of single track, but there are a few spots, and just communicate with that person, and then you can really make a easy pass. And again, let someone pass who calls out for it, and just be smart. Use your best judgment when you're doing this. Again, if you have a chance to pre-ride on the Saturday before, or maybe Friday, I'm trying to see if I can get enough things set up to where there could be some pre-riding on Friday. Just knocking out a lap, just kind of check everything out, can really help out a lot. All right, run course. Pretty straightforward. You're starting off with this. I'll mark it with cones and signs. It's just completely wide open all the way through here. Like 2 vehicles could drive along here, like plenty of room. And once you get to the water station here, it's taped off because the bike course is going to be on the other side. End up going around again, tons of room. You get to climb up this little bluff for a little while. This is one of my favorite things. This is the part everyone just talks about every time they do this race, is this really steep climb right around here. And then the one thing you have to watch out for on the run, and it's usually not a run that's the issue. It's actually the bike. Is the bike course is going to be going along with you right here, and then the two of you split off. The run stays on the shoreline. I'll have signs. I'll try to have a person there. It just depends on how many volunteers we get. Usually I only have issues sometimes with a triathlon because they didn't have the run first and they end up biking first and they just get confused. But with a duathlon, I've actually never had an issue with this. So when you're doing that run, just look for that sign. And then when you see the same thing on the bike, you'll know it's the other direction on the bike. And then you just finish your run either going into transition or up to the finish line if it's your second run. And yeah, here's where the bike, you could actually see this is where the bike splits off and comes this way. So that's really the only spot you have to keep in mind. Just check it out on your first run, and then you'll be prepared for it on the bike. All right, for those interested in our super sprint tri-team relay, this is a kind of a new idea. We're just going to try out, just kind of fill that time in between people getting finished and us finalizing the results. And what's going to happen is around 10 o'clock, or once everyone's pretty much done with the course, meaning they're past the water station, we'll see about doing this super sprint tri-team relay. You can have 2, 3, or 4 people, but the format's going to be a 2K run, 3K bike, 2K run, 3K bike. And we're not going to use the actual transition area. We're just going to transition through the finishing chute since we're all individuals. So bikers, you just have your bike ready with you. We'll start off with a run. The run's going to be a different course. You're actually going to follow the shoreline all the way around. So this spot where you kind of climbed up here, you're not going to do that. You're just going to stay along the shoreline the entire time. That gets it down to I think like 1.2, 1.3 miles, and then run up this hill. Then you'll tag, do whatever for your biker, high five, slap him in the face, whatever works. No, don't slap him in the face, but whatever works. And then they can, the bikers will start, and you're going to follow the run course, all of the run course, with the exception when you get to that water station, you're going to shift back over to the bike course portion just along here, because I don't want you going along here and then making that nasty climb that you saw in the run, because I don't think, actually, if anyone can bike that, I would be going uphill. I'd be absolutely amazed. And you'll follow around, and again, now you're back on a run course. You just follow around, come through the same transition chute, and then you give it to runner one more time, and then we'll finish with a bike. So we could have an interesting uphill finish on the bike. Normally you wouldn't finish with a bike leg on some, but with a nice steep uphill, we're not going to get any like crazy speeds. This is meant to be spectator friendly, so everyone kind of cheer on. You can see people running on this run course the entire time. That's part of the reason I chose this particular course to do the run. So this is just an extra thing. It is completely free for registered athletes, and I'll have more information going out about that as soon as we probably around the Monday or Tuesday before the race. Here's some of our awesome sponsors. Check them out. I will be sending an email about kind of the things they provide. We have some IT support, Bike Minded, who's going to be out there racing. I think Roots is where they do some mountain bike rentals. Of course, the Trifid XT with the coaching, Hammer Nutrition, providing everything out there nutrition-wise. Then we have some race director friends that really help us out. Bayou City Racing with Sylvan Beach and the Cypress Triathlon. And if you're into kind of the adventure racing side, we have Too Cool Adventure Racing. They have a race coming up in March. You probably want to check out the Angry Otter Adventure Race, which isn't too far away. It's at Lake Somerville. Rattlesnake Racing, which is adventure racing, and Texas AR. They have a race in Huntsville that's in November. So I'll have more information with those in our wrap-up email to talk about things. So, give you something to shoot forward for in the future. And also, if you didn't know, our Brick House Triathlon is now part of the USA Triathlon Gravel Series. So we'll have, again, more information on that once that once that gets a little bit closer after we finish this race. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you for um, joining in here, because it really does make a difference in just how the race flows when everyone kind of knows what to do. So I'll see everyone out at the race on Saturday or Sunday. All right, have a good one.